The strange remedies used to treat the Tudor kings 400 years ago were popular because they caused illness and death. But for kings and queens, getting sick was an even more serious problem. The death of the monarch could lead to a bloody war of succession and threaten the entire empire. For this reason, the most modern methods were used to treat royal illnesses. Today we take a look at some of the most interesting treatments used during this period. Please stay with us until the end of the video and press the like button. The Tudor signature theory is an interesting concept in ancient medicine that has gained popularity. According to this belief, which originated in ancient Greece, if a plant resembles a part of the human body, then it can be used to treat that specific part. For example, ginger, because it resembles the human stomach, is said to help with digestive problems. Coincidentally, some modern experts claim that the use of this root is actually beneficial for digestion, as was previously believed. Another plant, called shepherd's purse, is used to improve blood circulation and is recommended to treat certain types of bleeding. In fact, this theory made a lot of sense at the time. Personality change. In 1536, King Henry VIII had a serious accident during a tournament at Grimmy Palace. He participated in an equestrian competition called the Knights Tournament, in which the king fell from his horse and the horse also fell on him. Both were wearing heavy armor. The king lost consciousness and remained unconscious for 2 hours. Historians believe that this incident may have caused significant changes in Henry VIII's personality. He went from a generous person to a paranoid tyrant. It is interesting that 10 years ago, in 1524, a similar accident happened to the king. This time, in another tournament, Henry, who did not like to lower his helmet visor, was stabbed in the right eye by his opponent's spear. After this incident, he began to feel headaches. The recommended medicine is to eat nuts because they are said to resemble the human brain. Likewise, when a horse falls on you, the recommended treatment is to eat nuts when you have a headache. Hemorrhoids. Henry VIII was a glutton. He consumes about 5,500 calories a day, most of which come from meat. It is interesting that vegetables rarely appeared in his diet, as they were considered a typical food of the lower classes and rarely appeared on the monarch's table. Additionally, during the Tudor period, vegetables were always cooked because it was believed that eating raw fruit could cause the plague. In addition to being a fan of long-distance horseback riding, it's no wonder he has hemorrhoids. Besides the doctor, there was only one person who knew well about the king's hemorrhoids, the person who held the privileged position of caring for and examining the king's body parts and urine. Tudor medicine was based on the principles of Hippocratic medicine, in which the color of urine and consistency of stool were indicators of disease. Homunculus root treatments are recommended for hemorrhoids because they resemble anal phlebitis. Digestive problems and intimate diseases. An interesting fact is that medicine at that time was influenced by the newly discovered America. For gastrointestinal problems such as colic and diarrhea, doctors have used enemas containing cinchona extract, which has properties of the cinchona plant. Although there is speculation that Henry VIII also suffered from syphilis, this has never been confirmed. However, there are records of the monarch undergoing the most common treatment for the disease, mercury injection directly into the genitals. The Virgin Queen and her traits. Henry VIII's daughter and one of his successors, Elizabeth I, was very strict about her diet, but when it came to sweets it was impossible. Due to consuming too many sweets, the Queen's teeth decayed, darkened, and even fell out. She practices good oral hygiene, using a cloth soaked in honey to brush her teeth whenever she feels the need. She was so afraid of tooth extraction that dentists had to remove Bishop's molar right in front of her to prove that the procedure would be painless. It was the only tooth the Queen allowed to be removed. The medicine used to treat tooth decay is Ios niger, commonly known as the crazy herb. This herb is associated with witchcraft beliefs and is famous for its magical properties. In fact, Due to its psychoactive effects, this plant has caused strange behaviors in humans, causing hallucinations and a feeling of floating. Elizabeth I often consumed this herb. Angelica root. In 1562, after the Virgin Queen had been on the throne for 4 years, she fell ill. The Queen fell so seriously ill that her courtiers believed she would die. She contracted smallpox, one of the urban epidemics that often forced kings and their descendants to retreat to palaces far from London. On her face there are scars from illness, which are very important for the image of the Virgin Queen, personifying purity and strength. For this reason, Elizabeth began completely covering her face with her famous white makeup. Pomegranate seeds have been made into a liquid that softens scars because they resemble scars left by smallpox.